What's going on, guys, and welcome back to our channel. Earth is going on a path of major downfall with emerging natural incidents. It's almost obvious for the brighter minds that this planet might not be able to provide a habitat for humans to survive in the next 100 years. People in science have always had the raising question of finding life on other planets, and now they're marching toward creating one for us in space. So let's have a look at the 10 future homes for humanity. Number 10, Titan. Space colonization isn't just about planets. Plans to reach the final frontier can cover all manner of celestial bodies. Other than Earth, Titan is the only known body with an atmosphere and a magnetosphere, and it has water and ice just below the surface. Those characteristics can be used to provide water and create a sustainable oxygen supply. They're the two most essential components humans need to survive. Although it is a fact that it has 95% nitrogen, 5% methane atmosphere on top, and multiple hydrocarbons that are found on the surface of Earth as well. They are found in the form of dunes. These can be used as energy sources. Even though the temperature lies somewhere between minus 180 degrees Celsius, it's not suitable for humans to survive. Number 9, Venus. Here's yet another planet that can be used as a future home for humanity. As we all know, Venus has the most uninhabitable surface. The atmospheric pressure of the planet is 90 times that of the Earth. Moreover, it has a temperature that can melt lead, which can produce sulfuric acid. But with all that aside, NASA has proposed a program called HAVOC, which stands for High Altitude Venus Operational Concept. This program proposes to settle the habitat in the upper atmosphere of the planet. The upper atmosphere has much more hospitable conditions. Furthermore, it's considered the future home for humanity due to its bearable weather conditions. The temperature and atmospheric pressure are conveniently similar to that of Earth. Number 8, asteroids. There have been multiple space colonization suggestions, and this stands to be the most unique one out of them all. We're talking about the asteroids here. In the asteroid belt, there's a strong claim to be made for potential resources to be gained from millions of rocks. In the long-term mining expeditions, carbonaceous asteroids are usually around 10% water and are rich in metal, so you can mine all of them. However, there are still major challenges to colonizing asteroids even beyond the usual planetary hurdles. They tend to have an extremely limited gravity. It means that they would have to be artificially spun in order to keep us from floating around. Number 7, Kepler 186f. Looking beyond our solar system is an ever-growing number of candidates put into stellar colonialism. The downside of that is that the farther we go, the less we know. Kepler 186f is one of the best prospects out of the known exoplanets. It also exists in the habitable zone of the Kepler 186 star, henceforth is capable of carrying liquid water. It's a great start to a potentially habitable world where we get rain for water after all, but there's a lot more that needs to be verified. We don't know much about the planets, their gravity, and even their weather. We don't even know the length of the days or the average temperature. Moreover, one of the major drawbacks is that it's hundreds of light years away and we haven't yet perfected our space travel that much. Let's say the technology has been perfected, it will still cost a fortune to travel that far. Number 6, space settlements. Generally, when we think of colonizing space, we think in terms of finding an existing cosmic location and making them our own. But there's a little more to that, and some of NASA's great thinkers propose colonizing the final frontier through space-based settlements rather than on the planetary ground. According to one of the colonizing experts, it's possible to create space stations just kilotons in weight and 112 meters in length. It can be able to create a gravitational pull of 1G, which is essentially similar to that of Earth's. But this venture has a significant issue in the form of radiation shielding and, most importantly, finance. It will cost them an estimated $60 million per person even when the technology is developed. Number 5, Proxima Centauri b. Of all the entries on this list, Proxima Centauri b might be the biggest question. However, if it shakes out in our favor, it's an extremely promising exoplanet for future humans to inhabit. It's 4.2 light years away. The extreme distance of the planet makes it both difficult to study and an incredible effort to reach. The expedition with technology closer to our own will take tens of thousands of years, but if we do reach it, the planet itself has a lot of potential. Number 4. Galilean moons. The moons of Jupiter, also known as the Galilean moons, named after the discoverer, the famous astronomer Galileo Galilei, have courted interest for astronomical settlements for decades. Thanks to the abundance of water, ice, minerals, and the ocean below the surface, they're often considered strong candidates for colonization. For example, Europa's considerable ocean supply has led to the speculation that it might be the best hope for finding life outside of Earth. In 2003, a NASA study dubbed the HOPE, which stands for Human Outer Planet Exploration. It concluded that it might be able to make a manned mission to Callisto in 2045. That mission would involve creating a scientific settlement on the Galilean moons. Number 3. Ceres. Ceres is the 13th of the diameter of the Earth. This dwarf planet in the asteroid belt earns its title. It's so small it was once considered an asteroid. With that being said, this overgrown block could be conducive to supporting an overgrown human population. Ceres is believed to contain an underground ocean containing 1/10 of the Earth's water supply, and that's an extremely attractive prospect for settlement. On top of that, it has a significant supply of minerals, including salt deposits, as well as a landmass roughly equal to the size of Argentina. Unfortunately, Ceres has a freezing temperature and has no known atmosphere, as well as 3% of the Earth's gravity. Number 2. The Moon. The Moon is an object of intense interest among scientists as a location for future colonies. NASA, the European Space Agency, and Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin all are working on making one more giant leap as mankind. As industrial technology and the needs of humankind progress, the moon could prove to be an ideal location for off-planet heavy industry, as well as a pit stop for long-distance missions. However, there are significant challenges of galactic cosmic radiation, since the moon has no atmosphere, and GDRs can cause DNA mutation that can damage the central nervous system and increase cancer risks. And finally, at number 1 is Mars. The red planet is generally considered to be one of the most viable options for space colonization, and not just for science fiction. Real-life agencies from around the world are hard at work on it right now. From NASA to SpaceX, organizations are developing programs to make the colonization dream possible in the easily foreseeable future. Elon Musk even plans a touchdown by 2025 and build a city by the 2030s. The reason why Mars is getting so much attention is that it could have conditions conducive to terraforming, like greenhouse gases, to form an atmosphere. Moreover, there are a lot of similar features too, like the length of the day and roughly proportionate seasons, although they are twice as long. However, it seems that the terraforming conditions are more challenging than previously thought. Many of those lovely greenhouse gases have escaped in the preceding 3.8 billion years, according to a recent observation by NASA's MAVEN satellite. And now, we don't have the technology to drill deeper to look for more. So do give us your thoughts on these colonization options in the comments down below. Do you agree with them? Let us know why you do and why you don't. And as always, I'll catch you guys later in another video. Bye now.